I realized as I was editing the video, I really don't have what is this video about. I'm actually walling in the building, a project I started 2 years ago, maybe 3. But this is going to be, that is the last section right there. I started January 1. The video is about this wall right here. And I insulated, 2x4 insulated, I built the shelves. So now that I got that done, and I'm done all the way down to that section, to the end of the building, I can start putting shelves together. I need to figure out the insulation on the rest of the building, and it costs money to do that, and I don't have the money right now. I'm gonna have to do it in sections. But this place is this is the mechanical side of my building, and I'm doing all of my mechanical work, and I have the wood side of the building over there where I do all my woodworking. So I'm an old dog learning new tricks. I've learned how to edit on my own a little bit at a time. As I get time, I just kind of sit and watch a video or whatever. So I've learned how to do voiceovers, and I've learned how to do cutting and editing and all that. So I'm learning, and if you watch this video, I do appreciate it. So I have spent a lot of time on it, and I had almost a 2-day upload for some reason. I don't know what happened on that one, but I finally got it uploaded to where I was about to send it, and I realized, what's this whole thing about? You don't have an intro. So this is my intro. You all have a good day. I got to go to work. Okay, so what I've done is I've used scrap pieces of 2x4 and 2x6. The top pieces here, 2x6, and these are just pieces of 2x4. I cut it a real quick bracket. I have a double 2x6 here to space these apart so the handles don't hit. All the way down to a single 2x6, double, and that way I can get them all up there without hitting and running into each other. This is just a quick and dirty, I call it the down and dirty chainsaw wall, but it works. And then I got all my chains by the size, by the length of the bar, all the way up to a 40-inch hanging away over here. So now my next thing is going to be this area here. I think what I'm going to do is put a shelf across here so I can store, I've got some milk crates, and I'll put all the stuff, the accessories for like the wedges and all that up on that shelf. And I may build a series of shelves here. And I got a toolbox I'm going to try to take apart. This thing is 3 different toolboxes, which was not mine. It was my brother-in-law's, and I got it from him when he passed away. My sister gave it to me. So anyway, I'm going to take that center one and put it somewhere in the bench, and then figure out what I'm going to do with this other one. So I'm going to try to make this wall a workbench storage area. That's why I've done the OSB, I've insulated it, so this wall is basically will be done. I don't have to take it back apart. I did those shelves temporarily when I started putting the building up, and I had to do the concrete. I had to store some of this junk that I got. So I'm going to have to end up taking that back apart and making it better. This stuff's got to go. It's January 1, and it's time to organize and get, a new year, new plan here to get all this stuff cleaned up and get rid of it. There's just too much junk in here. I got a bad habit of not throwing stuff away. So let me get some shelves, get started working on these shelves up here so I can get some of this stuff off the floor. I'm going to make it down and dirty, or a quick bracket to hold up a shelf of a scrap 2x4. I was going to go a foot on long to long. I'm just shade under it, but it'll work. So I'm going to go from this corner right here, and I'll be about 11 3/4. So that's fine. It's not going to be a big deal. This is not a fine furniture making channel. If you're looking for that, let me move you guys over here to this table. So I am going to cut that. Step 1. So this is going to be step 1. You got the, where's the brace? There you go. That's step 1. Now I'm going to do a foot on top, and I got 10 inches on the bottom. You got an 1.5 inch overlap. You see there? That can be used for a corner brace for some reason. For something, I mean. Set it back to 0. Oh, lost mine. I'm sure by now you figured out that I don't know a thing about recording this stuff. All right, this guy's got some more shoddy camera work. Elbows in the way, back to the camera. The camera's not positioned right. I'm trying to put the 2 brackets together, 14-inch on the top, 10 inches on the bottom. And it was a foot long on the long part of the 45 on the shelf support. So I'm using 2.5 inch construction grade screws, Torx head 20 T25, and I have a small piece of scrap wood underneath there to hold it up to get it more centered on the 2x4s. You can do it several different ways. You can turn it sideways and cut it differently. I just do this real quick, just scrap pieces of 2x4 that I've had for laying around, and I don't throw 2x4s away. You got to keep all your wood. You know, you got to have piles and piles and piles of wood. You never know when you're going to need it. So I'm going to stick all this together. I'm going to use 2 screws in each board. The long board sits down on top of the short board. The short board is screwed to the wall. The long board is going to hold up the piece of shelving. And look at that camera work. My gosh, that guy's camera is, man, he's terrible at it. He does not know how to set up a camera. This guy needs to find a new job because he ain't going to make it. So right now I'm going 14 inches. I'm going to use a piece of 16-inch OSB, 4 foot long. That's going to be my shelf. Maybe just a slight bit under. And I have one more piece. It's going to be just a little short. It's going to work. Doesn't matter on this part. These shelves aren't holding up a lot. Okay, so I'm getting ready to cut the second part. I have 2 of these shelves. Showing you how to measure there. You don't know how to measure, you use a tape measure. And these were old pallets. These 2x4s were off old pallets. It looks like a herd of beavers attacked it. Or, you know, a colony of termites or something got it to the edge of it. It's got the edge of the 2x4 is pretty rough. Had staples in it. It came off of, like I said, it was an old pallet where I work part-time. I picked these things up for $1. Make shelves out of them. Pretty good. Got about $2 in the whole shelf. With probably got more in screws than I do in the 2x4. So I'm marking everything, just lining it up using a pencil. Just don't have to go back through and remeasure everything. Turn the camera. Terrible camera work. Oh my gosh, this guy can't not hold the camera. I'll go back over here and cut them. Yep, there you go. Got it cut. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That is just absolutely amazing. That's probably the most amazing thing ever on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to make it on this YouTube thing, but you know, sometimes it's got to do stuff. Oh, forgot to use the vacuum. Look at that, man. Use the dust collection system. Let's go. What the heck you got it for if you're not going to use it? All right, we got 2 more pieces made. 2 more pieces cut, and then we're going to cut the 45, the center brace, the 45 on each end. Long 12 inches, and I kept forget what the short is, probably 10. But whack, we'll take it. There you go. There's one. And this saw is like 8 or 9 years old. Does not have a brake on it. And a lot of those saws have brakes on them. This does not have one. I've had that thing. I've built a lot of stuff with it. I would like to have a new saw. Sure, I'd love to have a DeWalt, or something like that. Bosch, Makita, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me as long as it cuts. It does a halfway decent job. I am not building fine furniture. This is not the fine furniture building channel. This is the scrap 2x4 how to build stuff out of scraps laying around channel. So there we go. I'm just going ahead and keep recording over because I've lost. All right, so I picked up another piece of fine looking piece of lumber here. You see this fine looking piece of lumber? I paid a whole $1 for an 8-foot section of this. And it's still got staples in it from the pallet that it came off of. And I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. There's one there and there's one over there. And it's pretty rough. But you know what it'll make? It'll make one of these because it doesn't have to be pretty. So I'm going to need a 14-inch piece for the top. And then I'm going to need let's see if I can get that scratched in there real good. Yep, okay, I got one. Now I'll make it see, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time measuring here because I'm just kind of lazy like that. We aren't building fine furniture, folks. And we ain't got nothing fancy down here. All right, so there you go. Now I'm going to turn it around. And then I'm going to re-aim you. And I'm going to set this up right. Cha. Okay, so we got this. Oh, the other staple I'll take care of in a second. Oh, my zero's not quite zeroed. I just noticed that. And my vacuum's not on. People, and then because that one wasn't quite 12 inches. I think it'll work though. I'm going with the angles towards each other. So right there. Not quite right. Still recording? Y'all getting flipped around there. All right, so we got this one here. Now I need to make sure I get the thing right. Got the long one on top, got the short one on the bottom. Got to get that staple out of there at some point. If I turn it around like that, that'll be the smooth side against the wall. This will be the beaver attack side right there. I think it was attacked by a herd of beavers. So let's do this. There you go like that. There you go like that. Boy, them beavers took out a piece of wood. What did I do with my little... All right, we'll get another block and it must have fell on the floor. There you go, one down and dirty. One quick and dirty. All out of a $1 2x4. There you go, look at that. Let's see what we got here. Did I do it right? Oop, I'm on something there. Well, look at that. Man, that one's way short. What'd I do wrong? Oh, you know what I got? Okay, so that one goes on top. And that one goes on top. Look at there. Like I said, a herd of termites or something got on that piece of wood there, but it'll do good holding it up on the wall, holding shelves up. So, there you go. Okay, got a quick shelf going on right here. I got what I did was figure out where I want to put the bracket. So I'll put this for a minute. Put this up here. I drew a line, a square. I'm going to use the bracket, the other bracket. Where'd I put it? Gosh, I hate that. Losing my mind. All right, so we got the square up there. Drew a line, straight line down. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap here in case I want to have another chainsaw. You never know, 2 more chainsaws may show up. 2.5 inch deck screws. Unfortunately, I'm not using interior grade screws. Grab the... Do this one-handed with my mouth full. All right, see if we can get this done. Again, there is no rhyme or reason to this. I got this flush at the top. So I'm going to have my my OSB will go right across the top of this. Two screws there. I think I'll do 2 more just for the heck of it, just to make sure. Do one right here. Pull it out, put it back in. That way you take it out, put it back in. If you notice, I'm off center just a little bit on this board. If that matters, some people that matter to me. It doesn't matter. It's just going to hold up a shelf. It ain't fine furniture, folks. Got the next one here. Oh, look what I see. That plug, I'm going to have to move it over just a little bit. This piece of lumber right here was attacked by a herd of wild buffalo or wild beavers. So I'm hanging down just a little bit, so I'm going to have to bring it over. I was going to take it to the edge here. And I didn't think about that, but you know what I could do? I could mark this. I think what I'm going to do is mark this and cut it off. So let me do that real quick. I'm going to have to shut you up. Whoop, I got it in my pocket. Oh, golly. You like them apples. All right, so I got me a mark maybe. A little piece right there. We'll see if I can cut this. Okay. This is another take. Like this. Put this down and lose it so I can't find it again. I got that right there. Right there. Alright, so there you go on that one. This up here, that my pockets will lose it. Try to get a screw in. Try to get screwed in here. See, I've got the long. You know what I did? I know what I did. I totally screwed up that one. I gotta take that one back off. Well, it's not where I want to be, but I'm gonna have to put it right there. I won't go in there. All right. That one's not going to stay there. I got this one upside down. See what you get if you don't pay attention to what you're doing? Got that one upside down, so now I get to flip it back over. Let me see if I can get one in here. This ain't the best 2x4 in the world, but it'll work. Ain't got too many places to put that one. Oh, it's going to split again. No matter what I do, it's going to split. Well, you deal with junk wood, what do you expect? Let's see what happens. Let's put it back in there. Alright. I'm going to flip this one back over. See what I did? Not paying attention. Nice thing about flip it on the ground. Well, if you were paying attention, I had this flipped upside down. So I need to flip this back over. Do I want to put it there? Yes, I do, because I want to get a little bit of a gap here, but not super. I've got it up against the top. I got level on that 2x4. All right, let's try this one more time. If I can hold on to it. Maybe not. Well, there, hang on. Okay, back again. Let's do this one more time. We got a level, we got it lined up, we got it flush. There you go, look at that. There you go, look at that. One more, got 4. Do this one up here. She ain't going anywhere. This one's hanging down, but I can still plug it in. So I got a shelf across here now. So there you go. See how this turns out. Can I edit this video to make it worth a damn? Who knows? Okay, so I went over to the pile of I don't throw anything away, and I have a piece of 41-inch long, 32 inches wide piece of OSB. I needed 42, but an inch isn't going to matter. It's just a shelf. So I got the saw set up at 16 inches between the fence and here. I don't like cutting this OSB because it's like shrapnel and it likes to explode in your face, but I'm going to get this set up and cut it, and then I'm going to have a shelf in about a minute. All right, well, this OSB's got a rough side and a smooth side. The stuff I'm using, this was free. I got a whole bunch of this stuff given to me. So this is like a $1 shelf that cost me a whole lot. Didn't cost me a whole lot of money. I can slide stuff up there. I can hang more stuff, build another shelf. I got options, man. There's all kinds of options. So there it is, a $1 2x4 beaver attack. See right here? The beavers attacked that 2x4. I think it was a herd of termites. But anyway, so we got one shelf and we got a whole bunch of chainsaws over there. So now I got options up here where I can put the rest of the stuff. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do next. Well, I decided the shelf needed one more thing, so I put this front cover. This is free pallet wood, and the back side of it looks like a herd of beavers attacked it. But it was free, and I used it, so I don't have but about $2 in that whole thing. I can store my stuff up there. I was hoping to go, I think I can get one more up there, but I use that for, right now it's wires, but I'm going to put my chainsaw. Okay, so I am getting ready to insulate this wall, and I got a post here, and I got another post 8 foot over there on center, right there. I'm using 1.5 inch styrofoam here. I'm going to tape this off here in a little bit. The pieces where it's not filled in real good, easy for me to say. And I Tapcon down the 2x6 on top of another 1.5 inch piece of styrofoam. So it's insulated down there. It's going to be insulated. It's going to be insulated up here, and I'll run a 2x4, and I'll show you the next step. Got a 2x4 up to the 8 foot mark right there, and then we'll insulate this wall. The one reason a 2x4 is there is to hold the insulation. Easy for some people to say, but not me. Okay, well the video was about this wall here I had made. This was like January 1, today's like the 15th, 15 days later. I have since that time added more wall. Everything with OSB has got insulation behind it. It's all done. I got a short piece of video I might add to the end of this about how I did it. This is 45-year accumulation of junk. People give me stuff, I don't turn it down, but I'm trying to get rid of it and clean it up. I was in a shop for most of my life, so this is all junk from that. So the next section I got, this is going to be the last corner, and I'm going to have, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this all insulated, no OSB up to the 8 foot point, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to insulate the rest of this. I've learned that spray foam is not going to work on bubble wrap, but I've done this whole entire building, or not the entire building, but this whole east side of the building, from that door. And then the last section I just showed you will be the other door. And then I'm going to start, the neighbor's getting a dumpster, and there's going to be some stuff in it, and I'm trying to sell some stuff. I'm going to clean this place up so I can use it. I'd like to get to some projects, but I'm learning how to do this YouTube thing, and it took me some time to get to that video. I'm just going to add this to the end of it. I appreciate, if you make it to the end and you see this, I do appreciate you watching. I don't know that I'm going to make it with this. I'm going to have to get better audio. I've got to get a microphone and a camera if I'm going to stick with it. It's a lot of learning. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or not. I got a lot of things going on, as you see, but this is my pile of lumber right here and insulation to insulate that wall, and then I got to figure out the next section all the way over to there. I started this building in 23 with me and a friend. I've mentioned this in my other videos, but we have built this, two guys built this building from scratch to where you see it today. And I did all these walls by myself. Picked out the OSB up, and the paneling was free, as I mentioned in the video. I got several sheets of it given to me. I'm gonna buy some and to finish up what I got. So I'm gonna quit rambling, because I can ramble for days, and I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I don't know if anything's going to happen. If I don't get something off of it, I may just say it's not worth my time. I got too many other projects to do. I got a massive mess here I got to clean up. I've got stuff on Marketplace I'm trying to sell. This stuff's going in the dumpster. It's going to be hauled to scrap, whatever. But I do keep a lot of stuff because I do a lot of work, lawnmowers, weed eaters, and everything else, plus all my lumber over there. So, done rambling. You all have a good day. I do appreciate you watching this. If you do watch it to this point, thank you very much. Give me some encouragement, like, subscribe, say something positive, or tell me it's not worth my time. I'm not watching another one of your videos. You all have a good day.